Good morning, guys. Happy Mother's Day and happy VE Day, and a huge thank you to all those who served in the European theater during World War II that kept the world from falling into complete tyranny. Unfortunately, it might not have been enough because, as we all know, we have another German tyrant who is hell-bent on taking over the world. And you can probably file this video into the more you know. Now, we all know, we all remember watching Westerns or whatever it doesn't even have to be Westerns, but, movies pre-2020 and, bad guys go into the bank. Pull a Batman movie or whatever it was. Many stories in real life. You want to rob a bank, you put a mask on, and, you're trying to conceal your identity. Then, of course, 2020 happens, and everything with COVID, and we were all told to mask up. And now the banks were requiring you to wear a mask to come into the bank. Okay, talk about the irony of that one, right? But the whole point of it is we all may want to wear one permanently in the future, okay? And I'm talking ski mask and sunglasses, DB Cooper, let's hide our identity as well as we can. Here's why, all right? And I want to read to you a quote off of the World Economic Forum website first. We aim to bring together the public and private sectors to co-design, test, and implement policies that increase the benefits of artificial intelligence and machine learning, while developing projects to protect the vulnerable and address issues like facial recognition technology. Okay. This is under their heading of accelerating the benefits of AI and machine learning. Now, we all know, we all use artificial intelligence, okay? No question whatsoever. You may not even realize it, all right? But, if you're one of those people, I think foolishly, who uses Alexa, that's artificial intelligence. Self-driving cars, artificial intelligence. There are many, 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 many things that we use in our regular daily life. How many of us have little drones? I've got one. I use it for security, check out the perimeter. I've got it. I play with it. I practice with it. Because in an SHTF situation, it's going to be a way for me to look around without putting myself in jeopardy. Which is where the issue comes into, okay? Now, we all know about a drone strike. We hear about these unmanned drones. The future of the military, the future of war is, a guy sitting there with a joystick, whatever, guiding a drone in, or programming coordinates, or using GPS, or whatever it would be, to kill Soleimani or something like that, or to, attack Al-Qaeda or whatever. You're not putting any lives at risk, and you can strike your target. And a lot of us accept that and go, hey, this is cool, The only problem is AI is moving faster than you or I think about, all right? We all know the stories of, computer hackers and everything like that. These guys are some pretty smart people, let's put it that way, figuring out how to do stuff. MIT engineers and stuff like that, come up with some very interesting applications for AI. And I'm talking more than, your Zumba vacuum or the robotic dog, okay? But we've seen things like bomb disposal robots and things like that. I want you to take a look at this video real quick. Okay, this comes from the Chinese South China Morning Post. The Chinese have now figured out, or successfully, at least successfully tested, an army of drones that can fly autonomously. In this case, as you see, through a bamboo forest, without crashing into anything, without doing anything. I mean, there aren't 30 guys in this video back holding joysticks maneuvering these things around. The drones are maneuvering on their own, okay? And they're getting through the whole forest. So watch this till the end. Okay, now, you think, hey, that's kind of cool, everything like that. Look what those can do. I'm going to give you this. Elon Musk, you know who he is, all right, has said that artificial intelligence is likely to overtake humans and rule the world in the future. He's come out and said that AI would be much smarter than humans and overtake the human race by 2025. That's 3 years from now. Okay. Now, I don't think we're that close, all right? But just the fact of what I just showed you that came out of the South China Morning Post, that's actually factual, okay? Just the fact that something like that can be done now gives you pause. Because what could be done with something as simple as a little autonomous drone that's, the size of my hat, okay? What could be done with it? What could be done with one smaller? I want you to look at a clip from a video put out here. This is actually 5 years ago, put out from the Future of Life Institute real quick. I want you to watch this one.
Customer pilots directed almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud of it. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger. Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite. Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents.
Scary, huh? Yeah. That obviously is staged, okay? That is not, as far as the world knows, that is not realistic as of yet, okay? Because if they've just figured out how to make something fly autonomously through a bamboo forest, what's right there is not far away. Now, I'll put the link below to this entire video because it's almost 8 minutes long. and I'll let you go watch the whole thing. But start to think about the concepts of what could be done there. Very easily. Bad guys, hey, no problem. You know what? There's a hostage situation or whatever. Let's send one of these things in. You can facial recognition with the bad guy. Poof, he's gone. The hostage just come out. And it works great. Let's think about this. You don't agree with me ideologically. You support the overturn of Roe. You're pro 2A. You're not going to vote for me. If you don't vote for me, you're an extremist. We need to get rid of you. Can you imagine a scenario like that? Again, I go back to the tyrant that all those veterans took down in the European theater, some 80 years ago, close to 75. But the new tyrant, can that group afford something like this? Are they investing in AI? Yes. You don't agree with them? You don't do what they want? Here you go. Go watch that full video. I mean, again, it's fiction, but so was Star Trek. And look how many things that we have that were in Star Trek now. Okay. The imagination is the only thing that limits people from doing anything. Eventually they figure out how to do it. For thousands and thousands and thousands of years, animals were what pulled a cart until somebody imagined a gasoline-powered vehicle. And look where we are now. There's been all the talk about autonomous cars, driving by themselves. There's all the talk for years and years and years about flying cars, the Jetsons. Oh, I laugh at that one because people suck at driving in 2 dimensions. I sure as hell can't imagine them in 3. But these things are coming. And these are the things that somehow, some way, we have to be aware of and somehow prep for. Now, like I said, I'm not saying this is today, tomorrow, or whatever. This is for informational purposes only. File this in a way of the more you know. Because the video from the Future of Life Institute, like I said, is 5 years old. I'd never heard of it before. And I keep up pretty good on what's going on in a lot of parts of the world. 5 years I've missed this one. Like I said at the top, facial recognition. Are you going to start wanting to wear a mask? Look at last night's live stream. And Mountaintop Preps brought up a real good point when somebody was talking about buying chicken feed. Pay for your chicken feed in cash. Because if you pay for it on a credit card, there's a record of who bought chicken feed. Okay? Why would you buy chicken feed unless you had chickens? Good point, right? Somebody's going to figure that one out pretty quick. But even if you pay for it in cash, go into Walmart, take a look at the ceiling and see how many cameras are up on the ceiling. Stand in front of one of the self-checkout lines anywhere, and there's a camera facing right at you. You'll go to Walmart, and it shows you your picture right there. They're looking right at your face like this. That's what is going on. Facial recognition is going to be very dangerous. I've mentioned a couple of times in the past the TV show Person of Interest, if you remember that one from maybe about 10 years ago. Imagine a drone that some guy in Washington can program in with my picture. And this drone goes all over and everything like that, looks around and everything like that, figures out where I am, and pop, no more pinball. There are a lot of things in life that human beings have the ability to do. We just shouldn't. Roe is a good one. Okay. I'll go even as far as saying, being a vet myself, nuclear weapons. Yeah, we have the ability to do them, to build them. Should we? Maybe not. Okay. It's a good deterrent, but it's an awful lot of money spent for something that nobody ever plans on using, hopefully. Otherwise it's the end of us all. But something like this is a lot more dangerous, if you will, than any sort of nuclear weapon. We talk about EMPs all the time, and why an EMP would probably be a much preferable weapon to use against the citizenry of any country, because it leaves the infrastructure. It'll kill the people because, sorry, but the human race cannot function for the most part without electricity. We'd go insane. Okay. But it doesn't pollute the farmlands. It doesn't destroy the buildings. It doesn't destroy the infrastructure, etc., other than the electric, obviously. And then the aggressing force can come in and say, boom, okay, no challenge. We're in here. Here we go. This would be even easier. Pink, 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 pink. Just start picking off people. Nah. Release 200,000 of them. Take out the entire population of Knoxville, Tennessee. Get 7 million of them. Take out the entire population of New York City. Get 535 of them. Take out the entire population of Congress. Don't think that the people at the World Economic Forum don't have the finances to do this. Is this in their plans? Again, it's putting pieces of the puzzle together. But they talk about advancing AI. And here's an advance with the first step of making these drones autonomous. Something to think about. Talk to y'all later. Pinball out.